Welcome to the OBG Rome 2 Total War 2 vs 2 Siege Tournament. We've got a long one today and we've got a second battle after this as well, where the two different teams switch sides. Let's just get on with it. We have, as the Seleucid Empire in light blue here, KR 2004, also known on Steam as... I wrote down his name at one point. There we go. Connor Russell. Connor Russell, KR 2004, as the Seleucid Empire. As Colchis in this more purpley colour, we have Hulks. And their team is two guys, one fish. Defending as the Lusitanians, we have Lancer. And as the Innovations, we have... His Steam name is Sus Barbatus, but I believe he is known on Discord as EE. I believe it's EE playing as for Innovations. And their team name is Sauron's Hand. So two guys, one fish versus Sauron's Hand. Here we go. So I've got the ballista firing to start off the battle. I think we can speed it up a bit, as it's gonna be a long one and no side is moving yet. Is that a sally out we're seeing? No. Let's take a look at this battle map. I like this battle map. I like battle maps, sieges that are more like Thrones of Britannia. Praise for Thrones of Britannia, who'd have thought it? Or like Attila, where you've got unique elements here, like a bridge in the city, for example. Stuff like that I find to be very cool. Would you really need a bridge here? I mean, yeah, there's technically ways you can cross. But I'd say you'd also probably want a bridge, like, going across here as well. You know, just for the civilians. Just judging it from a settlement design perspective. And it's like, let's be honest, you can walk around here, can't you? Holding yourself up against the wall and then you're in the city. So, you know, quite a poor defensive choice there, I think. You know, you can definitely build this more out to the water, maybe a bit of stone here, although it does look like the water has quite a deep drop off all of a sudden. Yeah, so looking at the settlement design, it's, you know, it's a fun one in a battle, but there's parts of it that I really don't like. That bridge has been burnt down. How the water is getting through here, I've got no idea. It's like the waves are going this way somehow. Okay, that's interesting. That should not... None of this should be the case at all. Like, how is this a thing? It's completely covered in soil, but somehow the water is passing through. I like it though. Sieges and city maps need a lot more water and more unique plays with the river. The attackers could come through this way, again, not in the game, but in theory, and they can enter the city through here. Again, just more poor settlement design in Rome 2. You know, just not thinking these things through. Like, the settlement itself would not be designed like this, I don't think, when you can just, like, walk in. Have the wood extend to here. You can't put the wood in the water, because, of course, the wood wouldn't melt. Not melt, what is it called? Erode? Yeah, erode. It'll go mouldy, it'll decay, that's it. So then you can use stone on the end. Oh well. Anyway, are they doing anything yet? Not really. Yes, I have actually. Pushing the siege towers forwards. They've made a breach in the walls. They've got a lot of towers to deal with, but they've got a lot of their own siege towers pushing forwards as well to be able to block all of those shots. And yeah, they should start pouring into the city any minute now, pretty much. Did that ballista get any kills? Yeah, it got a few kills, but not many. They're going to throw their javelins as well. They're going to try and burn down these towers, which I do think is the right play. It's always good when players do that. If you can do it, you might as well take advantage of the mechanic. That's how I see it. Although personally, I don't think this mechanic should be in the game. I do think it ruins it a little bit. How you can just be stood here, throwing sticks up there. technically your sticks for the most part don't even hit, and somehow it sets it on fire. I think that's a bit ridiculous. You can burn down gatehouses as well in the same way. I think it's ridiculous personally, but very cornet gameplay. And then we're going to burn down this one as well. Yeah, it's just far too easy to do, I think. It should be that only very special, specific units can do it, or something like that. It's like archers on flaming shot. That is fine to burn down towers, but for any unit, just to throw it up there, it's not good. It's with Total War. This is the start of them pulling ladders out of their butts. If a unit has a specifically built ladder that they can carry from here to the wall, that is fine. But for every unit to just randomly spawn a ladder when it gets to a wall, I'm talking about your Warhammers and games of that era, Pharaoh and stuff, Troy, where ladders just spawn out like that. I don't like that type of gameplay. Yeah, so anyway, I've burnt down both of those towers, the gatehouse towers. This tower can't do anything because the siege towers block it very, very nicely. This tower also can't do anything, neither of them can, because again, the siege towers are blocking them. So now they are in a very strong position where they can push deep into the city here. And then, yeah, we're just going to see a massive melee cafe fighting for the choke point. And the first unit to go in is Colchis for Hillmen. A typical cannon fodder unit, and yeah, they definitely lived up to that. Taking a load of javelins there. They're going to get some javelins in the back. Yep, those were some nice shots, but they're taking a lot of nasty hits. Those shields are not doing it for them. You got to be very careful if you're one of these hillmen. You don't want to be turning around like that. It's a very deadly position to be in. They're throwing their own javelins in there, starting this little skirmish fight right now. That unit's already breaking, they're having to throw them into the battle. Have them have a bit of a charge, but they should rout instantly. Yeah, they're already routing. Not a good sign for the attackers, but then again, it was just a cheap cannon fodder unit. It did its job, and now they're out. And now the main battle can begin, the main melee. Let's have a zoom in here. What unit shall I focus on? I think I can't actually zoom in any further here. Right, he's taken out one. He's doing a 1v4. He's taken one of them out. Some have given up on him. He's shimmying to the side there. He's on another duel. Ooh, he lost his hand, I think. He's got his buddy. Oh, we had a bit of lag there. Oh, 2 versus 1. Can they kill that Hillman? Desert Levy versus Hillman. Trash on trash. Ooh, we got a hit in the shoulder there. He's trying to avenge his friend. Did a bit of a headbutt. Oh, it's left himself open and he gets cut down for it. Ooh, such a shame. The Hillmen are pulling back now. Or at least one of their squads is. Ooh, heavy javelin shots coming through. And yeah, this is all the battle so far. Just fighting in this one single choke point. He's pulling out also as he gets hit in the shoulder, and he's also having to flee. Is he going to make it out? Yeah, he's going to make it out safely. Good for him. Ooh, they're having to like pull back now and they're routing. This Hillman unit's going to cut it down, but right now it is all the trash units fighting, so we can't really say too much about all this. The real good units are over here, the Desert Hoplites, fighting the armoured swordsmen. These are the real elite troops. Although they seem to be doing far less. They're trying to look more like they're fighting than actually fighting. Oh, there's another guy there, never mind. I was going to say, it looked more like me in singing classes where, you know, you would just mouth the words rather than actually sing. But like fighting edition. Yeah, it's like, they really do look more like they're trying to look as if they're fighting rather than actually fighting. Oh, he's getting a bit stuck in there. And he gets cut down for it. And that's why you don't want to break too far out of your formation. Ooh, a spear in the eye. And the hoplites breaking formation, they're pulling back. Interesting, interesting. That means the attackers can neutralise the gatehouse soon. But I think it was worth it. I think this is a better angle to be on because they were getting flanked a little bit there before they were set up like this, and arrows were coming in from that way and getting extra kills on them. But now they can just hold this simple line here, or rather this little bit here, because they can't go through this. But I really do like this new painting tool that I've got. It's fun. Yeah, so they should neutralise the gatehouse there. It's a fairly big settlement. Where are the plazas? That's a tower, yeah. We've got a plaza here. Another plaza here. And I'm assuming the third one's on this bit of the island. Yeah, we've got a third plaza here. I think there is a rule that you have to fight in this first bit there. You're not allowed to retreat into this bit unless the attacker brings a unit in there. That seems to be the rule from what I've seen so far. Which I think does make sense. Stops players abusing silly mechanics like the bridge. However, I think maybe after a certain amount of time in the battle, maybe then it should be allowed for people to actually use this part of the battle map. And if it reaches that point, then it's really just the attacker's fault for taking too long, I would say. But that's just my opinion on the rules. What do I know? Swordsman pulling back, reinforcements coming in, getting a good charge in there. How many kills have these units got? 69 kills on the armoured hoplites, 65 on the Novation swordsman. But both are quite battered. The Hillman not doing that well, 30 kills, but about 80 losses. Meanwhile, these swordsmen here, yeah, they were on 95 kills and about 60 losses, but they lost a lot of men to javelins. Balance of power is fairly even. Remember, red is the one defending the settlement, yellow is the attackers. And it actually matches the map for once as well. Ah, oh, that's nice, that is so rare. Lately it's always been all backwards and very confusing, but no, now it actually makes sense. Alright, good to know. Loads of javelins coming over the walls, getting friendly fire by the looks of things, because they were about to flee. But they got that sorted very quickly. Meanwhile, over here, the Novation swordsmen have made it to their 100 kill mark. But they've lost over 100 men, so they are struggling, but they're still holding the line, which is the important thing. I don't know if the spearmen are good in this position here. I think, like, put them here, there's no point having them on the slope down there. Like, they're now just charging them in instead, but they've got a lot of reinforcements nearby if they want to pour more troops into this. It doesn't look like the defenders have much, but I'm assuming most of their troops are deeper into the city. So that they can take advantage of these towers here, which are still up. So yeah, you kind of want to pull back to some extent, not hold the walls too strongly, so the attackers can come in, and then the attackers can get hit by all the towers from all the different directions. I love this new paint thing, oh, it makes it so much easier to explain. Before I would have to just like move my mouse very quickly, like down an alleyway, so that hopefully you see some form of a line. But now I can just be like boop, and everything makes sense. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. Like, using your ammunition, firing here. You've got a slinger unit here. They've got 106 kills, but a lot of those rocks are just crashing into the siege tower, which is a waste of ammo. Yeah, so you can definitely see it. They are definitely pulling back a little bit. And I do think that is the play, because as the defender, you want to really take advantage of the towers and your defensive position. And looking at the time on this battle, 32 minutes left, yeah, there's definitely a lot more troops hidden back here. It's like we really don't see much. We're basically only seeing like that bit of the battle here. This is all their troops we've seen. They've got so many more back here. And that's why this battle's going to be such a long one. And it's going to involve a lot of the towers as well. If I was the attackers, what I would be doing is I'd be starting to realise, okay, this is the player they're going for. I'd be sneaking units around along the wall to like here to burn down this tower and just keep doing the same where possible, just burning down the towers. Same up here as well, like you did before. Or get on the siege towers and start pushing them forwards as well to form a line. Then again, I don't know if that would work over here, because the siege towers have a line here, but your troops are going to be coming in this way into the city. The siege towers can shoot at them from all directions, and the siege towers, you can't pull them into the city itself. So it's sort of... It's not even going to work here as well, because the siege towers only block these routes. The towers themselves can still shoot in all of these directions. So the siege tower play won't work, so I think you'd have to burn them. Or try a very big heavy infantry push, just to neutralise them fast. Neutralising them is just as good as burning them down pretty much. And then that allows them to be captured later on by you. I'm surprised we don't bring this unit here up onto the wall round here to attack these guys, but like fighting across the wall onto the gatehouse. They're charging in with another unit, but they're charging into hoplites, so it's not going to do much. Hoplites are very good at countering charges like that. And yeah, they should for that reason be able to hold their ground here. Or these two have been cut off, these two poor swordsmen. They're cut off from the main group. This must be terrifying. Especially like falling down that slope. That's one of those where your heart is really going to stop. Like missing a step. And yeah, they get cut down for it. Don't you hate that when you miss a step or you think there's going to be another step and your heart just goes? Did someone... Yeah, he just flew all the way down, didn't he? Okay, they're fighting in a buggy area. Nice, I like that. Right, they seem to have broken round. That was the front, but they've now extended it to here as well. So yeah, they've now had to bring in more troops here. Pull those hoplites back because they were at risk of getting flanked. And meanwhile, all the fight is happening here right now, so we are fine to focus on this little bit of a battle. We've got a nice 1v1. Oh no, they're pulling back. Getting into a nicer formation. 76 kills, 60 losses. Whoa, he went flying. And this unit here, yeah, they're all about even in the KD pretty much. It's a very fair, even fight so far between these swordsmen and these Nabatian swordsmen. Then again, the stats are pretty similar, to be honest. Ooh, archers on the walls. What are these able to shoot at? Or Beleriac slingers, sorry. They are shooting at these archers here, the Scythian archers. Who I've noticed and pulled back. That's very good awareness there by the attacker. To notice their archers are under attack and just quickly pull them back a little. Again, it's very easy to be focusing over here too much and missing that stuff. But at least they only have one front to focus on, so it shouldn't in theory be too difficult for them. If I was on this battle, I'd like to be here. You've got a nice view. It'd be a bit awkward when you glitch into the wall. I can imagine that being quite painful, but for the time being, you have a good view. And you're levitating somewhat as well. Yeah, just like shake your sword at them like, whoa, yeah. But yeah, glitching through the wall must be painful. these little jewels here. I like zooming in on units and telling stories about them. That's always fun. I think Pixelated Apollo did a very nice series on that. I saw one video on Napoleon Total War. This was many years ago, I think. And when I say that, I'm talking like 8 years ago, if I recall correctly. It was like Steve, the Napoleonic soldier or something like that. And it was just one guy's experience throughout the entire battle. Good series, I liked it. But yeah, we got these two guys dueling quite nicely now. Swordsman versus Axeman, both with a shield. Oh, he's now in a 1v3 as the Swordsman. He's got to be careful, he's getting pushed back. And he killed him, well done. I think his buddy helped him out there, and then he helped out his buddy, so they're all sharing. But he's about to get hit in the back. Oh, he's fighting a 1v2. He got his shield there in time. Get some slashes in, throwing his shield round. Is he overdoing it though? Oh, his buddy got completely flipped on that. Here he is, I think he's still alive. I had to look away for a second, hopefully it's the same guy. Yeah, he's taken out another one as well. He's on like 3 kills or something, which is very good for a single infantryman. And he's on his 4th, that was a good final kill. Oh, he's doing really well. Can he get his 5th? Let me just make sure there's nothing else happening. They are pushing that way, but I think we all care more about this guy's storyline than anything else. He's got his buddy nearby, but he is running out of friends local. He will eventually get overwhelmed. Oh, we got another flip and he got a kill out of it. I think he's on 5. 4 minimum. And he's done a sneak up on these two, but no. He's getting pushed around and he got cut down by the charge. He didn't see the Axemen coming. Hey. He did not see those Axemen coming at all. Oh, look at the shadows there. That is so cool. Oh no, the cloud. There we go. Oh, that is epic. How they form the shadows. Okay, I love Rome 2 shadows. That is one compliment I can give the game. Alright, back to the overall battle though. Here's the overview. Yeah, really not much is happening. I think I'm safe to just focus on this bit right now. But yeah, 133 kills on that Nabatian Swordsman unit. They did very well. You've got the Eagle Bearer here as well. Of that unit, he'll probably get cut down. Can he get kills with that thing? Yeah, it's got a spear on the end, so in theory it should. But we'll never know. We got a new duel here, but he's got his friend helping him out. I'm rooting for the Axeman now. He's covered in a bit of blood, but I think he should be alright. He's got a nice gold helmet. Oh, he's suddenly found himself alone as the pink guy. Come on, just take out this guy. Oh, both got very close to each other there. Oh, again, they're playing it very aggressively. Oh, I don't know what killed him. I didn't see a single weapon go near him, but his throat did explode. I think it just didn't register the axe on the hit point correctly. Oh, they're pulling away. Can this guy get out? Oh, he's wanting to fight. Oh no, just wanted to get one final swing in there. And there we go. He pulls out of the battle and oh, he got hit in the leg by a javelin. And then the defenders come in with another squad. Can they force him out of here and recapture this gatehouse? Meanwhile, the attackers, they're having a change in plan. They're pushing this way now, but this means they have to fight the towers. What is their range like? That's impossible to see, but I think it's this red circle here. Yeah, so that's basically this tower's range, and then they've got the second tower as well, which will be something like that. So they have to be very careful pushing this way. They have to get in here quick. Or either be careful or be quick, be one. Be careful enough to avoid the arrow shots, or be so fast that you can neutralise them. And interestingly, the defenders are giving up on this position. I thought they would have held it out for a bit longer. Good shot there for the archers. Going through the buildings, that's good for them. But yeah, they're going to neutralise this tower, and then what's going to happen is this tower will flip to the other side and start shooting all of the defenders over here. Ooh, nice ballista shots. So yeah, the defenders right now, they need to keep this tower neutral. They don't want it falling completely to the enemy, or they'll have to pull back over here, and then they're going to lose this tower, because it's in range of that one, so then we've got to pull back even further, and then everything falls apart at that point for the defenders, because where do you go? It's all a mess. So they really need to hold this tower and keep it neutral here. They've got their armoured desert hoplites, and we've got the Iberian swordsmen. It would have been nicer though if they could have kept it open. And yeah, the moment this gatehouse here falls to the other side, this cav unit's going to charge on in and wipe out everybody. Ooh, I didn't realise this was a route. Yeah, so you really need to fill that gap up then with your Lusitanians. Otherwise, just one unit can come through here, maybe a cav unit as well, capture the plaza, and cause a lot of mayhem. Yeah, this is what I suggested before. Going around this way, burning down the towers, and then probably doing the same again. Taking cover, using their wall as cover, and then just burning them down. Good play. All is quiet and peaceful over here for now. Well, peaceful anyway, not exactly quiet, they're all cheering at each other. Alright, then we're docking a siege tower over here, I believe, to take part of the wall. I don't know why. When you're this close already, you can really just walk onto the wall. I don't see much point in that. Unless they've got another plan with it. I don't know. So they're trying to push for this gatehouse here. Trying to keep it neutral, both sides. But the defenders, if they wanted to, I bet they could push them off it. At least for a while. But they probably don't want to, because they'd lose a lot of men doing that. You know, they've got to be careful. But these arrow shots are going to be very nasty. You can see them getting hits. Yeah, 139 kills there, 29 kills there, 136 kills there. No, I thought they were burning down the gatehouse for a second. Nah, they're just shooting over here, taking out the veteran shield warriors. These units usually get around 100 kills. These are the elite ones from other battles we've seen with the Lusitanians. So these are not only a lot of kills for the archers, they're a lot of kills on very valuable units. Not a good position there. That was very, very bad for the defenders. That being said, balance of power does favour them, but still that was a big loss. Big arrow fire coming in here, 93 kills. 184 kills in those novations. 154. 6. Still, some of these missile units are getting a lot of very good kills with the position in here. I must say I prefer this map for a siege over the other map that we saw. The one that I covered, I don't know when OBG will upload them, but I think it's the one that I covered about 3 days ago, if he uploads them in the right order. But the desert one. The desert one we rarely see. What's it called? It's like... It starts with an A, that siege map. Avo, Wava, something like that. I don't remember it. What's this one? This one's called Grandma or something. Let me just check Discord. I'll get the names right. I'll have a little zoom in here. Oh, we had a little jump up. So yeah, they're trying again to neutralise this gatehouse. Let's take a look. What are the maps called? It's not Avalwava and Grandma, but it sounds very similar. Ah yes, so it's not Grandma, it's Garama, and it's this one. Garama. Garama. not grandma. And then the other one was... Hold on, it seems everyone's playing Garama. Oh yeah, Aunt Kyra. Aunt Kyra I didn't like. Oh, is this one Aunt Kyra? I'm so confused. Hold on a minute. So Aunt Kyra is... Yeah, alright, so this one is Aunt Kyra. So I like the Aunt Kyra map, but the Garama map, how do you spell it? Garama, Garama. That map I didn't like as much. Alexandria is a nice map, we've seen that many times before. But yeah, Garama was, ugh, I didn't like it. But this map is actually nice, I like this one. I like that it's got a bit of green about it as well. And I prefer the barbarian settlements as well, generally speaking. God, I need a drink. So the arrows firing over. What's happening here? Colchis is completely mounting for some reason. Yeah, that's the attackers. So I'm assuming they just had a very big push and they just had a bit of overkill with it. And they broke because of that. They docked up here to try and get a flanking, but it doesn't seem to have worked. And now the defenders have retaken the tower. Oh, sorry, the gatehouse. It's going to get neutralised again, but they were able to take it for a second. The Nabateans have brought reinforcements through. And yeah, the attackers don't seem able to do anything. They've got a lot of kills though. 184, 170 on that one. This archer unit 215, 139. Yeah, the archer's got a lot of kills. 132. Okay, then we've got an 8, but they've really known how to use their missiles. You could probably say the same for the defenders though. 44. They had another one in the hundreds. 184. They've sallied out with an infantry unit. 204 there. And there was another one as well which did well, but I think they charged them in melee because it ran out of ammo. Yeah, I think it was this one. 159 kills. Yeah, this is definitely a good archer battle. Ooh, taking javelins from the side there. You might want to pull back a bit, because right now these ones are open to those javelins. If you pull back to here, then you're fine, because any javelins thrown in are likely to hit your shield. So yeah, you don't really need your troops up here. You can pull them back a bit. But then again, I think it's safe to assume the attackers are running out of ammunition at this point. So maybe they think they're alright overall. And they are going to break that unit, so yeah, I guess it was worth staying. And they're going to recapture that gatehouse as well. How many kills on the ballista? 46. Not too impressive, but it might still have ammunition left. Oh, they're really using the siege tower now to try and overrun the defenders, and I think it's going to work. I think the defenders are going to get overrun, but again, Colchis breaking again. They don't have any morale at all in this battle. The Seleucids, ooh, a bit of lag. The Seleucids seem to be holding out well, but they're not making any big push. Again, the cavalry for Colchis, it's here ready to charge in. They are ready for it. But they just cannot capture this gatehouse, and it has once again fallen into the hands of a defender, helping the balance of power tick in their favour even further. Still not by much, but every little tick that way does help. And yeah, they've got the gatehouse again, neutralised now by this cavalry unit. You've got the Nabatean cavalry as well back here. They're holding out at this gatehouse. The defenders seem to be holding out this gatehouse as well. Right now, it's looking like the defenders are going to win this. However, we've still got the cavalry charges to come through, and those can always mess up the battlefield by quite a bit, so nothing is yet set in stone. And we've still got another 11 minutes as well. It's like anything can happen yet. It's still a close one, and looking at it from up here, The attackers are still in quite a strong position. They've got reserve troops back here, and we've seen the power of reserve troops in previous battles. Like that one with all the desert legionaries right at the end that just charged in. Ooh, Colchis again breaking. Why are they always routing? It's the only thing they seem to do. And yeah, the defenders got a very good hold on this side of the battle now. It's absolute chaos over here. The towers are firing again. Oh yeah, that's actually an advantage of taking this gatehouse completely. I forgot the towers are still technically up. So now that it's back in control of the defenders, it is once again shooting. And they're trying to do little cav charges. They've got about 70 kills with it, but they've basically lost the whole unit now. They're stuck in melee, so that's not going to be good. The towers are shooting at them, so that cav unit's gone, not getting its full worth. Come on, microphone, stop rotating. There we go, it's back in position. And then they're having to throw more units in here, but it's looking in favour of the defenders. That being said, balance of power has ticked to 50-50 again, so maybe that's sensing something that I cannot see. But I don't think balance of power factors in the towers, and 2 towers shooting like this in all directions pretty much, it is quite deadly. The attackers need to make a push here quick and to neutralise those towers, or just big push this way and avoid the towers completely. But either way, these are getting a lot of kills now, and they're trying to get in here to do something about it. Is that going to be enough? Can they start neutralising it? No, the towers are still shooting. The cav charge wasn't it. Colchis breaking. Seleucid's breaking. 8 minutes left and balance of power flipped back to the defenders. Back to red. They're now desperately trying to burn the towers down. They know it's probably over, but it's taking too long. Another volley like that will be good. Right, there we go. They should burn down that tower soon. Then they've got the other one to deal with. Cav charges coming in, but they're charging Spearmen. Why are you charging Spearmen? That's how desperate they are. Meanwhile, on this side, they've got their general here, but he's not doing much. Are all generals still alive? Yeah, seems like it. Yeah, all generals still alive. And they didn't even burn down this tower. Did they rout or something? I don't know what happened there. They seem to be routing. Yeah, I'm assuming the tower just got enough hits on them that broke them. So that means that 2 towers remain over here, getting loads and loads of kills. I don't know how the attackers can win this now. The defenders just seem to have the numbers, they've got the position in, the attackers cannot get anywhere, they've still got 2 towers to deal with here. Yeah, they've dealt with the towers over here, but they still can't make that push. It's going to come down to a lucky cav charge if they win it. But then again, they're charging into Spearmen. They're now caught in melee. And I think they're going to get cut down quite quickly. Alright, they're pulling out just in time. Pulling round this way instead. Then again, how many troops do the defenders really have? Because if this is it, they are struggling for manpower, even if the balance of power does favour them. Right, they're trying again at this tower. They've brought more troops. They've got it down to 83% fire damage. But the defenders charge out with the cavalry. They see it's open. Charge the archers quick. Oh, they were too late. They were too late. The tower is on fire. It's still up for now, but that's going to be gone in a minute. And yeah, they're having to pull back inside now with their cavalry. They weren't able to kill those archers and finish them because of the other cavalry units. Oh, then they pull out again just to charge them. They really want to get these archers gone. I guess mostly to protect the other tower. Oh, the loss of that tower was quite bad for the defenders. Not what they wanted at all. Well, it's some hope for the attackers at least, but can they really make the most of it? Or is it pretty much too late at this point? They're charging their cavalry in. The defenders don't have many troops left over here. Just one hoplite unit, it seems, who are gonna get charged in the back. And they got charged completely through. 100 kills on that unit, 129 on that one. The hoplites 150, but their unit is now breaking. They're desperately just trying to hold this choke point, but it's not going to work. We've got an archer unit here that's, I'm assuming, is out of ammo. Again, just throw them in, try and hold the choke point. And there we go, that tower's gone. They've still got the other one firing, but it was that double tower that was really getting the kills to pile up. And now the defenders have to be careful, they're pushing too far forwards. I've got to avoid that friendly fire. The Nabatian archers broke, the Lusitanians were about to break, but they've returned to the battle, charging into the Colchis general, who is still alive, alongside all other generals. Yep, all generals still alive. We're doing a sally out with the archers, or the slingers, already on 200 kills. What's this for? The general's under attack here now. The brave hoplites say how many are left? 28 left. They're on 157 kills. Really trying to hold this choke point here. And then the cavalry comes. Surely that should break them. Yeah, but they've got another spearman here to try and counter the cavalry. If they can kill the general, that would be a very good play for the defenders. But now the cavalry pulls back, keeping their general alive. Balance of power still does favour the defenders. But it is getting very tight now. This battle could really go either way. Another cavalry charge pushing through the hoplites. That's just how broken they are. Meanwhile, again, generals all still seem to be alive. Very good general play in this tournament. They're not throwing them away for anything stupid, which is good to see. Not like how I would play, for example. The Colchis general's charging in, but Colchis doesn't have that many troops left. So if their general dies, I don't think it matters too much. Are they pulling back? Well, that unit's done a break. The Nabatian cavalry's here, trying to hold down the choke point as well. Trying to back up their hoplites. These hoplites are doing a very good job at holding on, by the way. Down to the final, 10 or 20 men in each squad, and they're still fighting it. And then the Colchis general charges in for the Nabatian general. They broke the hoplites, but the hoplites always seem to return. Balance of power heavily in favour of the defenders, but you can't really see it on the map. It doesn't look like it. Oh, it's so close. One of Colchis' units broke, but I'm assuming this hoplite's about to break as well. Meanwhile, over here, the Seleucid cavalry keeps charging in, but it seems the defenders are making a push. They have broken them. They are pushing back now. They've surrounded this swordsman unit, the Formac swordsman. 249 kills on those Lusitanian nobles. 193 on those armoured hoplites. 241 on the Nabatians. 200 on that cav unit. 200 pretty much on the other cav general unit. The two generals have charged in. One of them's bound to get cut down soon, and that will pretty much end the battle. The defenders seem to be able to hold here. They're going to hold over here as well, I think. If they can keep that general alive, that is. And yeah, it seems like they can. Oh, it is a tight one. They're both trying so hard. They both desperately want this win. The Lusitanian general is breaking and has died, but Lusitanian has little left anyway. It's the Nabatian general that's of real value. The Seleucid general still alive. Colchis fleeing. Seleucids fleeing, and with that, the defenders have got the win. They finally officially win on this flank. They come round and help the other flank, and they'll cut down the Seleucid general in the process, winning the battle. Well done to the defenders there. Nabatia and Lusitania, played by Lancer and EE, also known as Susbarbatus, representing Sauron's hand. But well done to KR 2004 and Holtz as well. representing 2 guys, 1 fish. Wow, what a battle. So yeah, let's see the KD here. The Seleucids got a lot of kills. All sides got a lot of kills, but they took a lot of losses as well. Not a good KD. Again, not a good KD, but I guess it's acceptable. Not a good KD, and the Nabateans did get a good KD, so I'm assuming all of these extra losses were from tower kills and stuff like that. And from routing enemies as well. They must have done a lot of running those down. Archers were excellent in this battle, or missile units in general I should say. Every unit was getting a lot of kills there. I don't see anything really standing out, apart from the cavalry and archers. 222 on that infantryman. 283, wow, that's a big one. Yeah, but well done to the archers there. They really made it a long battle. Anyway, we now have the battle again, but they're both switched sides. And here we go for round 2. Let me just check who is playing in this one. The ballista's already firing. Are they coming out from a slightly different angle? Yeah, so the last battle they came in this way. They're coming in this way now, which is good to see, freshens it up a bit. So, KR 2004, who was the Seleucid Empire in the last one, is now the Getae in brown. Hopes, who was Colchis, is now the Nabateans in red. Oop. And both of them are defending. Lancer, who was Lusitania, is now Colchis in purple. And over here, we have Carthage, a rare sight in these tournaments, controlled by EE, representing Sauron's hand. So you have switch sides. The current attackers won, as the defenders in the last one. Can they win? Now on the defensive. They're pushing their siege towers forwards. Their ballista is firing. I think they've got a chance if they want to do it. And yep, yellow is yellow on the map, red is red on the map. Good. Because sometimes it can change, which is very annoying. They do have a ram in this one as well, but I don't know if they'll use it. Meanwhile, the defenders have a unit outside over here, ready to do a charge, I'm assuming. Possibly hidden behind the building? Yeah, it must be hidden. I don't think they see that. We see the entire map, of course, because we're spectating as the defender. 2 breaches have been made, and now they are moving forwards. Interesting that the last battle was such a long one, and this one's such a short one in comparison. It's also interesting that they've made 2 breaches. Usually they make a double width breach, but no, they've gone for a single width, but 2 different ones, allowing 2 different points of entry. The siege towers pushing forwards to try and block the tower shots. Are they going to burn down the towers or try and capture them instead? I'm curious either way. And the ram is moving forwards as well, which would have really helped out the attackers in the last one, trying to take this gatehouse here and neutralise that, but nah. So yeah, they're thinking ahead. They've brought the battering ram. I don't know if they'll need it over here, but they might find a use for it later, so it's always good to have. And yeah, I've docked their siege towers here to block those tower shots. That is very good. Although they did lose a lot of men trying to get here there. Gotta be careful of that. They've got 1 siege tower over here. I don't know what the point is, but yeah, the defenders are going to sally out, get some javelin shots in there, and try and push them back. Are they trying to dock on the walls? Would be interesting if they are. But I'm assuming they're just using it to block the towers. They've got the ram nearby as well. More towers over here to block that tower. They do now see this cav unit, so they've got to be careful about that. Either way, given the quickness of this battle, I think someone's going to make a big mistake at some point. And that mistake will lead to a very big snowball of this battle. Carthage is now in the city, making a push there with their late Libyan hoplites. Although I find them fairly early, to be honest, in this battle, being the first ones to push in. Oh, I'm so funny. Trying to neutralise that tower, and yet they are going to do it as well, just standing here in the corner. That's very good for him. Get that tower taken care of. They've got these two towers to deal with now. But the defenders unit that sallied out there, some 46 kills, but it's about to rout completely. So yeah, that unit's going to be gone soon. Gone and useless. Interesting position for these siege towers. I don't really know what the plan is. I mean, they're blocking the towers, but usually they form a straight line. This is just like a weird double line for some reason. Yeah, usually they use them like this or like this. I don't know what this is meant to be. But I guess it's probably gonna work for them. It might be to stop archers who come up onto the wall here. Stop them from shooting down this way. But then again, why would they need to? It's not like they're gonna have a massive pile of units here for most of the battle. Oh, they're keeping an eye on that cav unit, and so do I. Could be a potential problem. Carthage has more troops up here. They've neutralised this tower, but these two towers are still shooting. They need to get someone in here quick. Yeah, and if the Nabateans retreat, then that can help them get there. Maybe dock one tower on the wall just to get some units out. Either way, I think you've got to do something. And the Nabatian cavalry is charging through for these archers here, but they got completely cut down by missile fire from all sides, and that unit is dead. The entire unit wiped out, and so far 0 kills. Alright, they charged the archers there, but it's not going to be enough. Like 15 kills on archers, so what? Eastern archers as well. It's not even like Cretans or something valuable. It's just for cheap ones. Yeah, there we go. That cav unit is gone. A waste of a cav unit in my opinion. And yeah, that's why sally outs like that, not always the best. It can sometimes be disastrous, as we can see. They lost that unit at the gatehouse, and they've now lost that cav unit as well. They're pushing in this way with their Cartney axemen, fighting the noble swords. They are heavily outnumbered over here, and they could quite easily get themselves flanked as well. So they do have to be careful, but they've got some reinforcements arriving, and yes, this ram should help as well. They've neutralised this tower, they've got that tower still neutralised, so they're safe from all the towers now. And this one's not going to do much. Actually, it is shooting this way. Yeah. Interesting though they're choosing not to burn it. They seem to be keeping them to try and capture them later. Although they might try burn this one down. And I think that would be a good play if they did. Yeah, you can burn that one down, I think that's fine. We've got their ram at the wall. That allows more troops to come in this way. So then, in theory, they can't be flanked over here anymore. Because they'll have troops here. And it also means that they can attack this unit from here, here, and here, which should surely break them, allowing them to push deeper into the city and flank round like that. If they choose to though, they'll always have their own plans as well. And the balance of power is still even, although this Nabatian unit here is about to break, allowing the Carthaginians to push through. What was he doing? Oh, he's found himself cut off and he gets cut down instantly by the Carthaginians. What's he looking at? Just looking up there, walking backwards. And there we go, he's walking up. The javelins come through, they don't get that many kills though. And the tower is still neutral, and they're going to charge in and try push this unit off of it to try and capture it. Or maybe just like secure its neutrality or something like that. Or to stop them from firing their javelins. They've made for breach, have they? Yep, so now they can charge them in. And yeah, that unit now is going to break as it can get hit from all sides. And that's a lot of units now for the attackers that are going to be in this area, which can push any way that they want. Not good for the defenders, and balance of power is ticking in favour of the defenders. Is that what we're going to see today? A complete rout. The current attackers, they won last time on the defensive. Can they get a second win? Those points would be impeccably valuable in this best of 8 pool play. Because they need them. Only 4 teams can move through to the semi-finals, and 2 clear wins like this could pretty much guarantee your place in the semi-finals. And then all you got to do is beat one more team, and you're in the finals, which I am really looking forward to commentating. Hopefully we get good maps for it. Hopefully it's not that stupid grandma map. God, I hate that one. I don't even think it's balanced. Anyway, I think that battle, I think I covered that one in the last video, assuming they're all uploaded in the right order. So yeah, just watch the last video or the next video and you'll see exactly what I mean. It's a ridiculous map. That positioning of the towers, it just annoys me so much. Anyway, they've actually done a capture this tower. Alright, this is why you don't burn down the towers. This is an advantage to it, at least. You get to capture them for yourself. They were seconds away from doing it, but this Jedi Noble Swordsman pushed his way through to try and neutralise it again. But they were seconds away from capturing 2 towers here. And if that had happened, what's the zone of control? Difficult to see, but I'm assuming it is basically this line here. Yeah, so it's something like that. If these 2 towers fall, all of this becomes absolute chaos for the defenders. Everything within this region. So then they'll have to retreat, and then they're on a mass route deeper into the city. Yeah, they've taken this tower as well, so how far can that shoot? That can shoot all the way over here. Yeah, so all of these units now are in danger from that tower. These units as well, because this tower can shoot that way. Yeah, we're seeing it now. So that tower is now shooting at these guys, which is going to cause these to break sooner, which means this tower can go to the Carthaginians, and from then everything just snowballs, and then they can push deeper into the city. Meanwhile, they're just holding out here for now, making a nice push, just regular fighting here. This tower's fallen, they just need to make sure it doesn't go neutral and remains on the attacker's side. And, actually Carthage is struggling over here. Struggling to destroy the Gettai despite the tower support, but eventually I'm fairly confident that they'll get rid of this unit and then they should be fine. Here is tactical map for those who like it. Is the bridge still ridiculous? Yeah, it's like, how is the water getting here? The river's completely cut off, but somehow the water's still flowing. Unless the water's flowing this way, but then you've got to ask, well, why is it also here? I know you can see the water is flowing this way. So it's going there and there, but it can't actually do anything. It should in theory be going back. Yet if we see it here, it's still flowing through. Why? How? It makes no sense. And they've done it. They've just done it now. They've pushed the defenders off of the gate towers. These 2 towers now and this tower are firing, plus a load of other missile support as well. The Carthaginians and Colchis can make a big push now. Oh, actually, no, you just need to hold your position, actually. Just hold your position, don't let the enemy neutralise these towers, and eventually the towers will just do all the work. So now the the defenders have 2 options. They can either retreat to here, I would say here, and here. They either retreat to these locations, or they keep fighting, they fight through the towers, and they try and make a push and neutralise one. But you're limited with the choke points you can go for. To get this one, you have to push this way. To get this one, you have to push this way. So it makes it really easy for the attackers to just hold down these choke points and use the enemy's towers to their own advantage now they've captured them. That being said, the defenders are pushing through with heavy support here. They really want to get in, but they got caught. They just cannot make it into this circle. And the attackers know they either have to push and take these towers back, or withdraw. And it seems they're going for the push option. And it's this squeeze that is going to cause casualties to rack up impeccably quickly. And this is why I think the battle is going to be a short one. Plus, balance of power is not in their favour as it is, so they're going to get cut down quick according to this. unless they do fancy strategies, but they can't do fancy strategies because they're going all out aggression, which doesn't allow for fancy little manoeuvres. It's all about the push then. I think the attackers have won this, getting 2 wins back to back here. And yep, I know I'm calling it very early on in the battle, but I think it is obvious. Everything does make sense. It's going to be an attacker's victory. But who knows? I've been wrong many times before with these, so we could see an epic comeback. If I do, the question is how. What potential epic strategy are we going to see? Oh, the attackers are just doing so well. I love this siege tower manoeuvre, really opening up the battle map. That being said, we don't need to do it though. It's like right now you've got the tower advantage. You've got the tower advantage, sit back and let your towers do the work, getting 3 kills. You don't really need to be taking risk like this, especially with a general unit. It's like, yeah, you can like take other towers, yes you can speed it up a little bit, but so what? In your current position you're gonna win either way. So you might as well maintain the current position. You might as well maintain the status quo if you're gonna win in that scenario. There's no point overextending or risking overextending. And they're not even capturing the tower either, no, they're stood here instead, getting their troops out. This tower's gonna break in, this unit's gonna break instantly. Because it's just an archer unit. Unless it's to distract them and... yeah, okay. My thought is, what have they really lost? A unit that was gonna break anyway. I don't think it matters too much. And I guess this is gonna count as a surround, as they've got troops here, and they've got troops here as well, so this unit here is gonna be surrounded. But then again, these Gettai troops are holding out quite well. 130 kills, 136, 140. It's about to hit 150 kills. Yeah, wow, these noble swordsmen are actually fighting really well. They're completely cutting down Colchis, who again, does not seem to have any morale at all. Colchis is always routing. Yeah, they've made it to 160 kills. Another unit docking over here. The defenders have a cav unit out. They're going to try do a little charge. I don't know what they can go for though, and it is their general, so they have to be careful. But the attackers are still holding the towers, which are still getting kills. So all of these troops here are dropping extra fast unnecessarily. 3 kills for the defenders. It's such a bad move, I think, for the defenders here. Oh, 3 kills for the attackers, sorry. Colchis has their general stuck in combat over here, but he's fighting Dacian Bowman in melee, so it should be alright. Yeah, he's on 80 kills, 1 loss. These guys got 120 kills from their arrows, but they're not going to get many more kills in melee, so they're going to get cut down. All generals are still alive, I did a quick check. The Dacians are fighting really well. They're getting a lot of kills, but they just don't seem to have the numbers or the positioning anymore, and the towers are still shooting at them. These towers must have got hundreds of kills. It's like all these kills here, towers, all these bodies here, towers, all these bodies here. Actually, I think they're Carthaginians that were charging forwards. But yeah, all of these bodies here as well are from towers, and they're shooting at valuable troops as well. They just could not neutralise it, which shows that they should have actually retreated. Hold these towers. Hold this tower as well. That's what they should have done, I think. And then the plaza as well is always a good one to hold. But no, they really thought push, push, push. Which I don't think was the right play for them, especially when the balance of power did not favour them naturally anyway. When that happens, you need to pull back and try and use the towers to try and get it back to 50-50. But then a charge for Colchis General, but he was somewhat prepared for it, and he's a heavy spearman unit as well, so he should be able to hold pretty nicely. Yeah, he's lost about... oh, he is technically being flanked. He's lost about 25 men, but he's got almost 200 kills, which is epic for that unit. Balance power heavily in favour of the attackers now. Final 2 minutes 30 seconds, and we can see why it's completely collapsing for the defenders here. The attackers pushing here now. They're going to neutralise this tower. They're going to cut all of these guys down in the centre. The defenders can't do anything, they're all being melted by their own captured towers. The general's having to pull back. And then these two units here of the Dacians, who have fought very nicely, are now about to break and be flanked. And the Colchis general here doesn't even need to pull back and destroy this unit. You can just push into the city now, capture this tower, neutralise it, take out those archers. And just like that, the attackers have won this battle, getting 2 wins back to back. Oh, now you're neutralising the tower. Sadly, it's too late for that now. They're getting a lot of kills with that Dacian noble swordsman. It is their general, they're getting a lot of kills with it, but it's also getting cut down very quickly, and it seems to be pretty much all what they have left. And they have neutralised the tower. Oh, no, never mind. Oh. For a few seconds they've got it, but it's too late. They're down to their final 46. They've got nothing left. That ballista got 106 kills for that was nice. But it doesn't really matter. Yeah, they're rampaging through the city now. They've killed the Dacian general. They've killed the Nabatian one. The Nabatian general here getting cut down. And then, yeah, they can retake the tower. And with that, the attackers got the win. And it was a very good, clear victory as well. They had a lot of men left at the end. These stats are going to be interesting. So yeah, Brigetti not bringing many troops, but they brought good troops. It's like every unit here is getting good kills. They are certainly proving to be worthwhile. Getting a good KD as well, but that's more because I brought the elite units, so you will usually see that with them. And the Nabatians here, not getting a good KD. Both of these guys should have done a lot better, but they're losing a lot of men to the towers. And yeah, as we can see, that's what's preventing them from getting kills. But their archers did well, which seems to be a very common theme on this map. Lancer, however, archers not doing well, but that Spearman, 304 kills. That was good. And then here, again, they're not getting a that good KD. Despite winning, Colchis and Carthage both lost more men than they killed, but they won. The reason is because most of their kills actually came through from towers. And that's why the tower play was so important in this map. Very different from the last one where they burnt down the towers. In this one, they went to capture them instead. But if you go for that strategy and it doesn't work, then it can cause bigger problems. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, hope to see you in the next one. Check out the OBG Discord, linked down below, but for now, goodbye.